subscriber. Just go, not only do you get the betting guide that you and Jensen did, we got March Madness right around the corner. We got Augusta National coming up in April. We got the NFL Draft. It's no better time to be a VSiN Pro subscriber than now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what I'm supposed to add to that. You kind of took all the thunder there. But you know what? I'll tell you this. Conference tournaments actually start on March 2nd, which would be Monday. We are previewing all 31 conference tournaments for college basketball at vsin.com. We're giving at least 48 hours lead time on each one of those. Obviously, a lot of the early ones are teams that people aren't all that familiar with. And the late ones, we get the major conferences that Zachary Cohen's going to cover a lot of those for us. So, yeah, I mean, you get all of that if you become a VSiN Pro subscriber, not to mention our March Mania betting guide, which is coming out on March 16th. We're going to try to get that out as quickly as possible after the bracket is set for Selection Sunday. So, yeah, you just become a VSiN Pro subscriber and you get all of it. Not to mention, when we get the baseball season fired up here, we'll have the Opta AI player prop projections like we've had for the NBA and for the NFL. We're going to have those for Major League Baseball season. They'll be ready to go on opening day, which is March 25th for the Yankees and the Giants. So really looking forward to having those on the website. Another great feature over at vsin.com.
Going to be a great addition also for our Daily Diamond debuting next week, buddy. We'll circle back on some MLB, but I do want to get to a major game on the hardwood tonight. We do have a Big East clash, the rematch between St. John's and UConn. Number right now I'm seeing was upwards of 4.5, 5 in some spots. Your handicap of what you'll see for a critical one, not only just for the Big East title, but also for some seeding here come March Madness.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind in a lot of these games here at this time of the year, right? Obviously these two teams are in the NCAA tournament field. There's no question about that. But like you said, seeding is definitely up for grabs here. You want to get as good of a seed line as possible because, in theory, that's going to give you the best chance to, make a deep run in the tournament. Also, there are a lot of games where, in the smaller conferences specifically, where teams, not everybody qualifies for the conference tournament. So, you've got teams trying to extend their seasons if they can by making sure they qualify for the field. So those are all things that you want to be looking at this time of the year. But as far as the St. John's and UConn game goes, I mean, look, I think 5.5 is a little bit steep in this one for St. John's. I think that, I think that when you look at this team and when you look at the common thread of UConn's 3 losses, they were badly beaten on the offensive glass. And that's something that I think St. John's can do to them again here tonight, even though they are playing this game on the road out there in Stores. I think the fact that the Huskies have had so many problems with the length of the really, really good teams that they've played, I think that's something that allows St. John's to at least keep this game close, if not give them the chance to, go ahead and sweep the regular season series here.
Oh, could you imagine if Slicky Ricky got the best of Danny Hurley twice? Ooh, that would not sit well up there in Stores, Connecticut, that's for sure. What about the Dukes of Madison taking on Georgia Southern tonight? Is there an angle that you like in this game?
Yeah, so, something I think you want to keep in mind here at this time of the year, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts in these smaller conferences. The Sun Belt Conference has probably the weirdest conference tournament format. It is, if you look at the bracket for the Sun Belt Conference tournament, it is absurd, right? There are so many games, or so many days where they're just playing 2 games. And the top 2 seeds in this conference get a bye all the way to the semifinals, which is obviously very, very important. So James Madison is a team, kind of trying to get up there the best that they can, try to get as good of a spot as possible, maybe get themselves a bye into the quarterfinals, something like that. But Preston Spradlin's a really, really good head coach. And I'm trying to back teams in the small conferences right now that have very good head coaches because they've now had 25, 30 games worth of data points to make adjustments. Also, these teams are shortening the bench a little bit. But you just kind of figure like Tom Izzo in March, right? Not that they're a small conference team, but Tom Izzo in March, like the team always seemed to be ready to go. Didn't matter what they did in November or anything like that. I think when you've got these really good coaches in the mid-major conferences, like a Preston Spradlin at James Madison, you want to back those teams in February and as the calendar flips over to March here. So I laid the 5.5 with the Dukes tonight against Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern fires a ton of threes. This could be a high variance game, pace war in this game too, but James Madison's playing at a very high level right now. They've rattled off 5 in a row. Boys, they won their last game by 15. They were 2 of 15 from 3. So that's how well they're playing defensively right now.
Great stuff from you as always, and excited to see what the write-ups and the previews will be for those conference tournaments starting next week. Also, Berkey, and I don't know how much you've looked at it, but we can do kind of a 30,000-foot view of the baseball season. Dave and I'll be projecting out the World Baseball Classic. Pool play does begin in earnest at the end of next week. But on player props for the season, and as you did your side of the guide here and kind of looking analytically, do you take anything out of guys that will be playing in the WBC, or is it something that doesn't affect you? And anybody that really popped when you really dug down deep for some specific players that you think have chances to really break out?
Yeah, I mean, look, the World Baseball Classic does throw a wrench into a lot of handicapping things, right? I mean, I don't, excuse me, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for position players, but for pitchers who are trying to really ramp up here and, trying to accelerate the way that they usually prepare for the season, stuff like that. It's definitely a concern for me when you talk about maybe individual player strikeout props and stuff like that, because to get the counting stats, you need the innings volume. And if you're going to maybe try to go too hard here in the World Baseball Classic, maybe you wind up with an oblique, maybe you wind up with some kind of discomfort, inflammation, wind up missing opening day. And then, this as well as I do, and this is something I pay very close attention to. Guys who get hurt in April, like when you come back, you basically have to go through spring training all over again to get your body built back up for the regular season. And that takes a long time. So I'm definitely leery of pitchers who are pitching the World Baseball Classic in terms of, not only looking at, say, the Cy Young Award market, but also the individual player props. I don't think it's a problem for position players. I think it's actually good that they're going to go out there and face some of the best of the best. But I think from a pitcher standpoint, it does really, really scare me.
I can't wait to talk more about this with Jensen each day here with the Daily Diamond, again, back next week on this program. But I want to ask you a little bit about the Rookie of the Year in the Roys, because when I see Trey Savage at the top of the AL board at plus 370, and then I go down to the National League and I see Nolan McLean at 5-1 as the third betting choice here for Rookie of the Year in the National League. These are pitchers that we got a good look at last year, certainly with Savage, all the way into the postseason, the World Series. Does that change, do you think? Because these are voted on awards. Does last year play at all into this year? I know we're supposed to say no. It's just this year's body of work that we're going to look at now that they're eligible for Rookie of the Year. But it's hard to get out how good McLean looked at the end of last year and how great Savage looked in the postseason.
Well, certainly if you're a guy who did something last year and you were still able to, keep your rookie eligibility, your name is at top of mind, right? A lot of these Rookie of the Year guys, your average writer who's covering a team in, we'll say San Francisco, probably not really paying attention to who's coming up for the White Sox or who's coming up for the Orioles or somebody like that. But if you are a guy who kind of grabbed some headlines last year, definitely does give you a bit of a head start. One thing I will say, though, we had Luis Gil and Paul Skeens both win Rookie of the Year in 2024. But if you look, 2 offensive players last year, 3 straight years, both Rookie of the Years were offensive players prior to that. These guys are able to put up the counting numbers, whereas the pitchers, maybe on innings limits, maybe kind of get into a 6-man rotation as the season goes along, stuff like that. So that's something you want to factor into this market here where, what Trey Savage did last season was phenomenal. Also, Toronto probably pushed him a little bit harder than they wanted to. So maybe he's not a guy that they're going to count on for 160 innings, something like that. So I would say if you're looking at the Rookie of the Year market, guys who have been buzzworthy already, you do kind of want to gravitate towards them, but I would gravitate towards the position players more than the pitchers.
I'll throw a name out there. J.J. Weatherholt, guy I covered a couple of years ago in the Tucson Regional out of West Virginia. The deck is cleared. St. Louis is going to be awful. He's going to have a chance to win a starting job, if not right away, but outside of it. Last 30 seconds, buddy. Best feel on a future, maybe anywhere across the board that you have from our betting guide.
Yeah, it's the Detroit Tigers to win the World Series. I think that at 25-1, they're in the weakest division in baseball. The Royals are really going to be their only threat, I think, which pains me to say because I love my Guardians. But the Tigers rotation, they added some very, very above average innings with Framber Valdez and Justin Verlander. 2 top 10 prospects are coming up as the season goes along on the position player side. I think they're stacked. I think the Tigers could be 45-1 for the best record as well.
Wow. That is quite the shocker if that happens there. But yeah, the pitching looks pretty darn good. Berkey, great stuff as always. Again, $19.99 a la carte if you want the betting guide, but just become a VSiN Pro subscriber. You get access to all of it. Wes Reynolds, he is up next. VSiN by the books.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text RULE to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text RULE to 215215. That's RULE to 215215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Your favorite VSiN shows and personalities are now available to download as podcasts. Catch every hour of our live broadcast with VSiN Best Bets, or find your go-to show and download it directly. Get instant reactions to last night's games, sharp analysis on today's biggest matchups, and everything in between. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just catching up, VSiN lets you take the action with you wherever and whenever you want. Search VSiN on your favorite podcast platform and get in on the action with VSiN, the sports betting network. Money Moves with Stormy Bonantoni and Jonathan Von Tobel.
The Rockies, who have yet another brutal win total this season.
Yeah, they do. 52.5 for Colorado. Very much chasing how to put together a pitching staff, which has always eluded them for a very long time here. And they're trying it at the very least by adding some bodies here in the rotation that might make it a little bit better. Michael Lorenzen gets signed.
Money Moves, weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the sports betting network. Prop Points takes you to the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports with hosts Jeff Erickson and Nick Whalen of RotoWire.
He's the one that's the trendiest. He's the one that's going the earliest of the three, and in some leagues I've seen him go as early as the second round.
The one thing that stood out to me here is, value-wise, I would take a look at Dorian Finney-Smith over 2.5 boards.
They'll help you find the connection between the two and give you expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
VSiN.com is the online home of the sports betting network, and we want to be your most trusted baseball betting resource from opening day through the final out of the World Series. The 2026 MLB Betting Guide features data-driven team previews and analysis from VSiN.com managing editor Adam Burke, as well as the player's take from former MLB reliever and VSiN by the Books host Jensen Lewis. Along with win total picks and leans for each team, the guide includes insights into park factors, World Series futures advice, and bold takes for the 2026 season. Get your copy now for $19.99 at vsin.com/MLB-guide or become a VSiN Pro subscriber. With your subscription, you'll also get access to our all-new Opta AI MLB player prop projections for pitchers and hitters on a daily basis. Whether you just want the guide or decide to subscribe, come play ball with us at vsin.com.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Wednesday mornings are hockey mornings. Good evening, sports fans. From the Covelli Center in downtown Youngstown, Ohio, the United States Hockey League is proud to present the School Day Game, regular season game number 50 for your Youngstown Phantoms. Today, they will be taking on the Muskegon Lumberjacks. Good morning, sports fans. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Pleased to be bringing you the action this morning on Western Reserve Radio. In fact, all across the iMedia One network and Flow Hockey. Phantoms were last in action on Saturday night out in Party Town, and it was a party for the Phantoms, a 6-5 overtime victory against the Blackhawks. Phantoms fell behind 2-0 in this one at 7:32. Dylan Nolan, his 8th of the year, at 11:36. Ty Mason, his 20th of the year, put Youngstown in a 2-0 hole. At 12:17, Evan Jardine, his 19th goal of the season, 100th point in the USHL for Jards with that goal. Jack Hextall with the assist. Phantoms trailed 2-1. Madison Waterloo stretched it back out to 3-1 at 13:37. Ty Mason's 21st of the season, second of the game. That was a power play goal for Waterloo to make it 3-1. Jack Hextall with a power play goal at 17:01 to get the Phantoms back within a goal before the first intermission. Hexy's 16th of the season. Cooper Simpson and Carter Murphy with the assist. With the assist on that goal for Cooper Simpson, he passed Kyle Connor for most power play points in a season by a member of the Youngstown Phantoms. 33rd power play point of the season for Coop. Phantoms trailed 3-2 at the end of the first. 7:29 of the second. Cullen Emery's 6th goal of the year gives Waterloo a 4-2 lead. That was the only goal of the second period. Then Youngstown, 3 goals to start the third period. Actually went ahead 5-4. At 3:32 was Jardine, his 2nd of the game and 20th of the season. Murphy and Malachi McKinnon with the assists on the power play goal. At 11:25, Monte Tepley, his 6th of the season. Jack Hextall and Carter Murphy with the assists. Then at 14:15, Cooper Simpson's 27th goal of the season. Ryan White-Rabbit and Cal Houston with the helpers. Youngstown again went ahead 5-4. Waterloo ties it with the goaltender pulled at 18:37. Cullen Emery's 2nd of the game and 7th of the season. 55 seconds into overtime. Jack Hextall with an absolute missile of a wrist shot from the top of the left circle. Beat Dane Calloway high over the shoulder to the blocker side to give Youngstown the 6-5 victory. Hextall 17th of the season, 2nd of the game. McKinnon and Murphy with the assist, and Youngstown gets the 6-5 victory. Only Pack with the win. He stopped 19 out of 24. Dane Calloway takes the hard luck loss. He played very well all weekend. He stopped 29 out of 35. 3 stars the game. 3rd star went to Evan Jardine with his pair of goals. 2nd star went to Waterloo's Ty Mason with his 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist. And then the 1st star with the game-winning goal and 4 points in the game. 2 goals, 2 assists for Jack Hextall. Phantom power play was 2 for 5. Waterloo power play was 1 for 2. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the Scratch Report as well as the starting lineups. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put the ring looking like that. Yeah, it's selfish. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash.
Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash. Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center during the pregame show. Time to take a look at today's scratches. We will start with Muskegon. You can scratch number 21, Lars Hudson, number 27, Adam Belusco, number 24, Gustav Samadas, and number 30, Will Keane. For the Phantoms, you can scratch number 13, Kazuma Sasaki, number 18, Jack Hamilton, number 23, Matushka Harchik, and number 42, Jackson Adams. And now for the starting lineups for today's game. We will begin with the visiting Muskegon Lumberjacks. They enter today's game with a 30-17-0-1 record. Their 61 points put them in 4th place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Pierce, South Dakota, committed to North Dakota in the draft property of the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 15, Carter Sanderson. At center out of Latvia, committed to Boston College, number 17, Rudy Burskollins. At right wing out of St. Louis, Missouri, committed to Western Michigan, number 9, Anthony Thomas Maroon. On defense out of Los Gatos, California, committed to Colgate, number 18, Nathan Larioza. And out of Wayzata, Minnesota, committed to Notre Dame, number 3, Danny Glares. In net out of Sweden, committed to Minnesota Duluth, number 29, Carl Axelsson. Axelsson enters today's game with a 23-9-0-0 record, a 2.28 goals against average, and a .924 save percentage. Lumberjacks are coached by Colton St. Clair. The associate head coaches are Casey McNoney and Taylor Ward. They are assisted by Pat Maroon. And now for the Youngstown Phantoms, who enter today's game with a 34-11-3-1 record. Their 72 points put them in 1st place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Shakopee, Minnesota, committed to North Dakota in the draft property of the Boston Bruins, number 21, Cooper Simpson. At center out of Roning Meadows, Illinois, committed to Michigan State, number 17, Jack Hextall. At right wing out of Czechia, number 22, Rikard Zemlichka. On defense, out of Northville, Michigan, committed to Alaska, number 3, Jack Wilson. And out of the Woodlands, Texas, committed to Minnesota Duluth, number 14, Carter Murphy. In net, out of Czechia, committed to UMass, number 79, Tobias Trebel. Trebel enters today's game with a 23-7-3-0 record, a 2.16 goals against average, a .917 save percentage, and 3 shutouts on the season. Phantoms are coached in his 4th season by Ryan Ward. The associate head coach is Brandon Gotkin. They are assisted by their chief of staff, Redmond Brow, and their director of player development, Cal Kafuk. Equipment manager is Andrew Ruth, athletic trainer, Amber Martinelli. Goaltending coach, Neil Conway, strength and conditioning coach, Tommy Molloy. The general managers are Jason Deskins and Ryan Kosecki. The officials for today's game were selected by USA Hockey and are as follows. The referees will be Gene Brignoni and Eric Michaels. The linesmen will be Ryan Devine and Josh Rosenbaum. Just about 4 minutes remaining here in the arena before starting lineups and national anthem. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have Youngstown Phantoms hockey here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Watch this.
Mike.
Let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show. Nice.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Makes the save, rebound to the weak side. In front, score!
I need a one dance. And then we start to dance, and now I'm singing like.
The steal, Ben Simpson, toe drag, Simpson in, tucks it home, he scores!
Duh. I want you to be happier. Because I'm happy.
Right circle for Simpson, ripped across. Hextall, shot, score!
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Covelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
Fans, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem by the Poland High School Marching Band.
A wonderful rendition of our national anthem from the Poland High School Marching Band. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning. Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack here with you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Phantoms and Lumberjacks for their 9th and final meeting of the regular season. Phantoms are 2-4-2 against Muskegon in the first 8 games of the series so far this year. Road team has won 6 straight games in this season series. Phantoms looking to reverse that, try to stretch their winning streak out to 3. Hextall and Burskons at center ice. Roll for initiative, we are underway as Hextall wins the draw. Murphy D2D ahead to Wilson, off of Simpson and behind the Muskegon net. Up the right half wall, Hextall turns and cycles it through Zemlichka. Grabbed by Burskons behind the cage. Up the wall to Clares, out to center for Larioza. Grabbed by the Jacks and sent deep by Sanderson. Burskons shoved Murphy behind the cage. Tried to center looking for Sanderson. Came out to the right point for Clares. He'll turn and fire. Shot is blocked out to center by Simpson. Takes a lively carom all the way down on net. And Axelson will spin to the right wing corner away from Simpson. Larioza to Clares, up the wall and out to center. Was looking for Blanchard. Don't think he got a chip on it. He did not. And icing will be called on the Muskegon Lumberjacks with 9:17 left in this first period, which is presented by Safehold. Face-off to the left of Axelson. Axelson very good against Youngstown this year. 4-1 record, 159 goals against, 934 save percentage for the Jacks' Swedish netminder. Rusinski, who missed last weekend's games, to take the draw, and no, he won't. He's going to get kicked out of the circle. Or is it just a warning? I couldn't tell if that was the point or just a finger. Nope, Rusinski going to stay in to take the draw against Stewart, and that faceoff is won. Jardine plays it back to the line for White Rabbit. Down the wall, past McKinnon in the corner, comes to Rusinski behind the cage. Tried to center, bouncing around. Rusinski played it in the corner for McKinnon. Up to White Rabbit at the right point. Turns and fires. Axelson with the save. Big rebound. Grabbed by the Jacks, and they'll skate it up the near side. Jardine bumps his man out in front of the bench. Crowd loves that as Jardine with a little couple extra shoves, but Carter Amico here to keep the puck alive in the zone for the Jacks. Another big hit along the far wall as Youngstown plays it out to center. Rusinski into the zone, could not get past Amico, and it's picked up by Novotny. Up the near side for Blanchard, and out to center. Sent into the zone by Thorpe. Chris sent it to the right wing corner. Back around to Chris, left side. He fanned on his shot. Benson to the loose change, centered up to the line for Amico, but passes out to center, and Amico ahead off of Booze, and that almost took a friendly bounce for the Phantoms, but instead, Youngstown will play it deep. Amico behind the cage for Thorpe. Up the near wall, Benson. Couldn't clear initially, able to regather, couldn't clear second effort, kept in the zone by Hesh. Nice back check. Lenny Booz for Hesh. Up the near side, Wilson left point. D over to Houston. Back between the circles for Hesh. He'll chip it to the right wing corner. Booz behind the cage for Svitov. And around to the near side, grabbed by Benson, floated up the wall and out to center. Grabbed to the red line by Wilson, back across to Houston. Youngstown back on the attack, but offside. Ahead of the play was Alexander Svitov. 17:42 left in the first. We're scoreless. Youngstown has registered the first 2 shots on goal of the game. Logan Anderson to take the neutral zone draw against Ty Bergeron. Draw controlled by the Jacks. Up the far wall, Amico gets shoved down, or sorry, not Amico, but Jonerheim gets shoved down heavy by Berard. I saw the 4, didn't see the 1 there on the jersey. Phantoms round to the far wall, picked up by Anderson, out to center, under the stick of Berard, squirts down into the Jack zone. Back for it is Vukas, up to the line, kept by Anderson. To the weak side, Orlowski couldn't get a shot away. He'll have it bounce over his stick in the right corner. Vukas took it away from Miller. Back into the corner, and the Jacks carry to center. That's Deneau. Near side for Bergeron, into the right wing corner, back toward the point. Nobody there for Muskegon. Danny Clares was just coming onto the ice after change. Sends it near side under the stick of Schlechtwig. And Larioza will pick it up along the far wall and fire it back in. Thomas Maroon tried to play it down to the corner, but into the meshing, out of play. 16:47 left in the first. Faceoff will stay in the defensive zone for Youngstown. Drop the puck to the left of Trable. Hextall to take the faceoff against Bruce Collins. Clean win by Bruce Collins. Clares, D to Larioza, left point. Low shot blocked by Zemlichka. Larioza got his own rebound, but put it into the meshing. Puck still alive. Sanderson drops it back for Thomas Maroon. That one hit the meshing right in front of me. Refs didn't see it. Muskegon back into their own end. Thomas Maroon from the red line. Put it right to the stick of Tepley. Across the red line. Grabbed by Simpson and then to Hextall down the right wall. Hextall let it roll in the corner. Took a bump from Larioza. Went down hard. Larioza a couple of cross checks to the back for good measure. Larioza still working Hextall. Play continues. Hextall with it. Tried to feed it in front for Zemlichka. Wouldn't go. Jacks get a stick on it. It came to Simpson. Top of the left circle. Danced around Thomas Maroon. Threw it toward the net. Zemlichka has it in front. He scores! Put that in your morning coffee. Ricard Zemlichka, his 7th goal of the season. And Youngstown takes a 1-0 lead. Time of the goal, 4:03. As Simpson shot from the left circle. Got through Axelson and a diving member of the Muskegon defense and then just sat there on the weak side. Zemlichka had time to turn it backhand to forehand before putting it across the goal line. And Youngstown up 1-0. One of our officials over talking to Colton St. Clair. And I saw a Muskegon defender go flying through the blue paint. Looking to see if Muskegon maybe wants to challenge this for goaltender interference. Jack still looking at the tablet. Ryan Ward saying, hey, let's play hockey, and they are going to challenge for goaltender interference. So we're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll see if Ricards and Lichka has given the Youngstown Phantoms a 1-0 lead. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more. Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Covelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Covelli Center, and the call on the ice has been overturned. We have no goal. Jack Hextall came crashing through the slot and knocked down one of the Muskegon defenders, knocked him into Carl Axelson, preventing him from being able to play the position. And so the goal for Ricards and Lichka waved off, face-off out at center. Ryan Ward very unhappy with the call. But we'll get back to action. 15:57 left in the first. We're scoreless. Phantoms control the draw, bouncing around in the slot. Back to the line for Houston. He'll play it into the left wing corner. Amico got there ahead of McKinnon. Couldn't play it past Jardine. Second effort. Jack's able to get it up the wall to Blanchard. Out to center. Under Noringer, able to catch up to it. Pulls up at the top of the circle. Fed it down low to Stewart. His backhander wide of the cage. Around to Jardine, to Rosinski. Banked it to the line under the stick of Selski and out to center. And across to Jack Wilson. Gained the red line. Backhand into the right wing corner. Noringer the first one to it. Trying to play away from Rosinski. And he will spin off that check. Feed it up the middle off the skate of Stewart. Now to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Murphy. Fired off the skates of McKinnon. Grabbed by Amico. From his own blue line, he will drop it back into the defensive zone for Selski. Fired ahead to Novotny. Poked down low for Christ. His shot stopped by Trable. Rebound cleared out to center by Booze. Fired back into the zone by Vukas. Left wing corner, Murphy. Fanned on the clearing attempt. Chris tried to center, hit Murphy. Came back behind the cage. Carter able to regather in front to Hesh. Skate to stick. Back to Murphy. Up the wall to Svitov. Banked it out to center. Grabbed there at the line by Benson. He'll spin far side and fire it back in. Around to the right wing corner. Murphy got there first. Was bumped by Chris. Got it to Hesh. Stolen by Benson. Fed it on the net. Off the post. It went through Trable off the near post and out the far side. Svitov to Booze at center. 2-on-1 developing. Booze to Hesh, but broken up nicely by the stick of, I believe, Branko Vudas. It was 22, wearing white. Miller, near side for White Rabbit, down the left wall through Thorpe. Lost it at the side of the cage. Miller able to spin it up to the point to Thompson. Back to Miller. High slot to White Rabbit. Poked out to center by Schlechtweg. White Rabbit spun it away from the line. Bergeron knocked down White Rabbit, and Youngstown will head to the power play on the other side of the media timeout. 13:56 left in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day. 'Cause it's fun all over the state. So come on. Great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Will Schlechtweg called for interference. Time of the penalty, 6:04. Youngstown to the power play on the season, 22.2%, second in league. Muskegon penalty kill, 78.3% is ninth. Phantom power play against Muskegon this year, 10 for 30, 33.3%. As Rosinski gets kicked out of the circle, Hextall will step in to take the draw. Muskegon will control the face-off, but Vuk is taken to the wall by Rusinski. Jardine trying to dig that puck out of the scrum. Lariosa had it for a moment. Vukas works it free around a Noringer near side. And he'll skate to center. Fired on net. Trable with the glove save for Simpson. And now Wilson to Simpson at the red line. And he will fire it around Axelson. Got a piece of it, but couldn't stop it behind the net. Rusinski battles for it in the right corner. Pried off the wall by Youngstown. Wilson to Simpson, left circle. Cooper still with it, bottom of that circle. Now up to the line for Wilson. Back to Simpson at the left dot. High slot for Jardine. Across to Hextall, back to Wilson. Back to Hextall. Across, Simpson eyes the cage. Shot, Axelson save. Rebound is loose. And digging for it are the Jacks. They poke it to the corner. Stewart behind the cage to Lariosa. Off of Simpson and held in the zone to Jardine. Jardine across. Hextall takes it off the wall, halfway home on the power play. Hextall, top of the right circle. Across to Simpson. Cooper, a shot. Glove save. Rebound to Sanderson. He couldn't clear. Simpson, Jardine, one-timer. He missed the cage. Might have hit the side of the net. That one goes off the wall, high in the air, and stays in play along that end wall. 40 seconds left in the power play. Phantom's still with it. Rusinski across to Jardine. Across to Hextall. Rusinski in the slot. Shot just missed the cage. Lariosa to the rebound behind the net. worked it free, and the Jacks get a clear with 20 seconds left in the power play. All some great looks for that Phantom top power play unit, but looks like this one will go by the wayside as Murphy carries ahead with 15. To McKinnon, to Zemlichka, around the wall with 8. Hesh in the corner, to Booz. 2 seconds and 1. Schlechtweg out of the box, and the Jacks back to full strength. McKinnon stepped out in front, got knocked down from behind, and lost the puck. Schlechtweg up to the line, kept by Booz. Zemlichka into the corner for McKinnon. Body to the boards, and Burscombs gets it ahead, looking for Schlechtweg. Great stick by Murphy at the red line to deny the break. Schlechtweg with it. Couldn't chip it past Tepley. Back out to center for Zemlichka. Carries into the zone. Left it for Orlowski. Sent down below the cage by Miller. Round to the left corner, Orlowski battles Schlechtweg. Up to the point for Tepley. Fired around the wall, came to the right half for Zemlichka. Tried to play it behind him, but it's off a stick over the glass and out of play with 11:13 left in the first. Shots on goal 7-4 in favor of Youngstown. Couple of great looks on that power play, not on the cage. Faceoff will be to the left of Axelson. Anderson to take the draw. Faceoff is won by Anderson. White Rabbit down the wall to the hashes. Turns and fires through traffic. Missed the cage. Rebounded Tepley. Bumped it back to the point for Miller. Pitchfork back down the wall. Grubbed down by Amico. Sent it out to center under the stick of Novotny to roll to White Rabbit. Ahead off of Miller and into the right wing corner. Deneau got there first. Took a nice bump from behind by Anderson. Worked the puck to Orlowski behind the cage. Trying to fight through the check of Christ. Christ with the steal. Up to Novotny in the circle. Forced back down low by Miller. Orlowski put it into the circle where it's grabbed by Christ. Carried behind the cage. Bounced it over to Benson near side. Up to Novotny at center. Drop back was looking for an oncoming Christ, but he'll have to peel back into his own zone and sends it to Amico. Amico just short of the red line, but they're going to give it to him, so no icing on this one. White Rabbit couldn't clear. Novotny sent it back below the goal line. Tepley there. Worked it around near corner. White Rabbit skates into it. Up the wall to Zemlichka, out to center for Hextall. Jack gains the red line and the blue into the Muskegon and dropped it behind him for Simpson, but stick back out to center by the Jacks. No icing on this one as Berard picks it up, carries it around the cage, trying to get away from Jonerheim. Banks it around the end wall, looking for Wilson. Jack lets it go through to Simpson, who redirects out to center. Zemlichka from the red line, backhands it to the right wing corner. First one to Itselski. Around the wall to the near side, and Thomas Maroon bumped it behind him out to center. Jonerheim, ridden off the puck by Wilson as it rolls into the right corner of the Youngstown zone. Comes around to the left side, first one to it, Thomas Maroon. Back behind the cage under the stick of Bergeron. Came to Hextall. Down in the corner for Berard, around the wall. Hit the top left circle by Jonerheim. His shot blocked in the slot by Berard, who will play it out to center. Simpson gains the red line, bounces it on the cage. Axelson makes the save while Youngstown starts a line change with 9:20 left in the first. Scoreless game. Vukas through center was looking for Stewart. It rolled to Houston. Back out to the neutral zone quickly for McKinnon. Floated ahead for Jardine. One hand on his stick. Back to McKinnon along the wall. Behind the net for Rusinski. Lost it trying to come along the end glass. Regathered, sent it up to the point. Murphy pinching down. Jardine will now keep it alive behind the cage for Rusinski. Skate to stick. Around to the right hash for Houston. Taken away by Stewart. Spun out to center. Could have been a 2-on-0 for the Jacks had that pass connected. Instead, Trable will send it up the far wall for Houston, then Jardine, and now Murphy. Carter ahead with McKinnon, 2-on-2. McKinnon behind him looking for Jardine. Pass back out to center. Youngstown was starting a line change. Hesh to Houston. Almost lost his footing there on the red line, but he'll work it deep. And Youngstown will complete their line change. Off a stanchion, it bounced to Svitov. Svi around to the right corner. Right point for White Rabbit under his stick and out to the neutral zone. Ryan cross ice for Tepley. Backhanded ahead, but right to a jack stick. That is Burscombs, and he's fans on his shot, and then puck rolling to the right wing corners. He was bumped by Hesh. White Rabbit to the loose change to Tepley. Off of Hesh at the red line, picked up by Svitov, took a big hit, worked it to Hesh, in front, Booz, backhander on the cage, and a save by Axelson. Rebound into the right corner. Amico took a heavy check from Booz, but the Jacks with the puck, and they'll skate it to center. Selski taken away from Booz by behind. Anderson to Houston in his own end. D to Tepley, 7:35 left in the first, we're scoreless. Houston from the red line, fires it in. Axelson couldn't stop it, let it come through to the near wall for Benson. Back into the corner, Orlowski battling with his man as it's sent below the goal for Selski. Round over to Novotny, right corner. He'll skate ahead for the Jacks. To the red line, try to get it to Benson. Fanned on his pass, knocked ahead by Miller for Orlowski. Penalty upcoming on the Jacks again, as Orlowski will just throw it on the cage. Axelson with the stop. And Phantoms back to the power play on the other side of the media timeout. 7:08 left in the first. We're scoreless. Listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Melvin Novotny in the box for a trip. Time of the penalty, 12:52. Youngstown back to the power play. We're scoreless, shots on goal, 9-4 in favor of Youngstown. Face off to the left of Axelson. Rusitsky to take the draw. And Rusitsky looks like he's going to be kicked out of the circle again. Do not like the face-off procedure here of Josh Rosenbaum, but Hextall wins the draw. Pinballs around to Simpson. Skates to the top of the right circle, back to Hextall along the right wall. To the line for Wilson, back to Hextall. Jack, top of the right circle. To Jardine in the box, back to Hextall, back to the line for Wilson. Jack skates left side, plays it into the corner for Simpson. Shot, scores! If only you knew the power of the dark side. Cooper Simpson, 28th goal of the season. And Youngstown has a 1-0 lead. Time of the goal, 13:14. Some quick rotation there for the Phantoms. I wasn't even sure who was where. Looks like Simpson from Rusinski and Jardine. To put the Phantoms ahead. And Cooper just continues to rack up the points on the man advantage. Phantoms control the draw. Put it into the Muskegon zone where it's grabbed by Stewart. Ahead to Noringer. Fired back across, Stewart off the wall. His half slapper misses the cage on the one time as Noringer rips down White Rabbit. Play continues. Simpson digging for that puck. Deneau there. As is Blanchard and Noringer. White Rabbit trying to stand up as well. Hextall digging for that loose change. Finally came to the Jacks for a moment. For Deneau got tangled back with Simpson. 6:05 left in the first. 1-0 Youngstown. Finally free of the scrum, it's Tepley. Around the cage to the near side. Banked it off the wall and out to center for Zemlichka. Ricard into the zone. Behind him for Tepley, and nice poke check by Vukas. The Jacks get control. Deneau sets it up in front of his own cage for Thorpe, carries to the red line, ahead off of Jonerheim and into the zone. Krasinski couldn't clear back to Jonerheim. In the corner for Bergeron, centering feed, sticked to the far glass by Schlechtwig. Krasinski up the wall to Jardine, bounced to McKinnon, couldn't carry ahead. Regathers, Jardine was offside, and they do catch him with 5:23 left in the first. 1-0 Youngstown. Face-off in the neutral zone, just in front of the Muskegon bench. Jacks control the draw. Amico. Over to Thorpe, back to Amico. Try to carry up the near side. Thomas Maroon able to chip it deep. Behind the cage, Sanderson trucked his man. That was Braden Thompson. Puck came to Ryan Rusinski, and he'll work it behind the net. Looking back for Thompson. Sanderson took it away from Thompson again, but he's able to get it up the far wall, and McKinnon out to center, picked up by Jardine. Jards forced to the corner. Good stick by Thomas Maroon. Amico tried to clean up the loose change. He will. Clears it to the left point, kept by McKinnon. He'll turn and fire. That shot is blocked in the slot by the Jacks, and they'll play it back out to center. Thomas Maroon into the zone down the right side, ridden off the puck by Hesh. Picked up by Wilson. D to Houston out to center for McKinnon. Skated through the stick check of Novotny, gained the red line, and dumped it to the left wing corner. Clears the first one to it. Up the wall to the near side, then quickly cross ice for Novotny. He's bumped off the puck, rolled down into the Phantom zone for Booze. Little trouble with it, able to poke it back to Wilson, who banked it off the glass and out to center. Booze forced his way past Clares, but Larioza there to defend. Puck picked up by Hesh at the left half. Tried to step to the cage, but lost the puck to Clares. Clearing attempt hit Hesh in the back, came back to Clares. Now he'll send it right corner for Larioza. Skates and then spins at the hash marks. Still with it, snapped it ahead to the line, looking for Christ. Did not get a piece of it. And icing called on the Muskegon Lumberjacks. 3:54 left in the first and a 1-0 Youngstown lead. Power play goal for Cooper Simpson. Face off to the left of Axelson. As the crowd vibing to Golden here. Off the face-off win, puck in front in the slot, up in the air. Orlowski swinging at it. Could not connect. Looked like it would have been a high stick on the puck anyway, and the goal would not have counted. Jacks back through center. Novotny into the zone. Centering feed for Chris. His shot wide of the cage. Anderson did a good job tying him up. Fed back in front, but grabbed by Miller. His clearing pass hit Benson. Ricocheted to Novotny. Centering feed off of White Rabbit came to Miller, and he'll lift it to the neutral zone. Glove down at the red line. Orlowski able to kick it past Selski and into the zone. Catches up to it, left hash marks, taken to the boards by Deneau. Anderson in to help out his winger. Phantom's going to start a line change here behind the plays. Miller's to the bench. Simpson onto the ice. Almost got the steal there from Stewart. Instead, able to chip it ahead to Blanchard. Blanchard danced around White Rabbit. Got it over to a man in the slot. That was Noringer, but he fanned on the shot. Loose change picked up by Zemlichka. He'll carry behind the cage. Ricard banked it out to center, looking for Hextall. Oh, did they call that icing? Oh, my goodness, that is not a good one. Tough to hear the whistle. As here with the school day game, very loud crowd, 2:56 left in the first. Looks pretty clear that Jack Hextall had the inside line to that one, but we'll bring the faceoff back down into the Youngstown defensive zone. Drop the puck to the left of Tobias Strebel. Hextall take the draw against Stewart, and Stewart with the face-off win. Grabbed by Noringer. Down the wall for a shot on the cage. As gloved and held by Strebel. That shot off the stick of Vukas. Draw will remain in the Youngstown end. We'll drop it to the left of Strebel again. And Stewart again with the clean face-off win. Shot by Noringer is blocked and ricochets over to the left hash. Zemlichka below the cage for White Rabbit. Banked it ahead to Simpson. Spun it far side for Zemlichka off his glove, and they called the hand pass. Yes, they did. And Zemlichka never got that one to his stick after trying to glove it down. Going to drop the puck right outside the Youngstown zone, right in front of the Phantoms bench. Maybe. That is where they'll drop the puck. Rusinski to take the face-off against Bergeron. 2:31 left in the first, 1-0 Youngstown. Quick officials conference, and we're ready for action. Rusinski wins the draw to Murphy. D to Berard. Brody ahead off the stick of McKinnon, trickles behind the cage. Axelson gets there, spins it left corner for Vukas, up the wall, and the Jacks will break it back through center. Head to the line for Bergeron, he'll backhand it deep. Jonerheim took Berard to the end wall hard. Phantoms can't clear, kept by Larioza. Murphy got a stick on as he tried to play it into the corner. Looking for Jonerheim, taken away by Rusinski. He'll lift it out to the neutral zone. And a catch Youngstown for an icing whistle. Carter Miko, great job skating through quicksand there as he entered the defensive zone. 2:01 left in the first. Face off to the right of Trable. Jacks control the draw. Benson up the wall to Larioza. Poked out to center by Berard. And Brody will force it down to the Muskegon end. Benson gets there in the right wing corner. Chipped it past McKinnon to Amico. Through Novotny and grabbed by Larioza. Into the zone. Drop back for Benson. Dances around a sliding man. Got a low shot away. Saved by Trable. Novotny to the weak side. Fed it in front. Came to Benson. A shot blocked by a diving McKinnon. Over to the far wall. Svitov. Up the wall, kept by Larioza. Hesh able to work it to the neutral zone. Going to squirt down into the Muskegon end. Novotny hustles down to keep it away from Svitov. Sends it to Amico, who just backhands it out to center. Rolled to Wilson. Pass ahead, hit a stick. Bounce to Houston. And he couldn't get a piece of it, but Axelson came out to play the puck, so no icing. Houston keeps it the right point. Fed it around the kick plate to the near side. Larioza there first. Back around to Deneau right corner as we are less than a minute remaining in the first period. 1-0 Youngstown. Jacks back through center and rolled through to Houston. The man lost the puck. Wilson ahead to the line for Miller. He'll backhand it just wide of the cage. Axelson will set it up for the defense with 44. Into the zone comes Noringer. Left side, his shot blocked to the end wall by Houston. Thomas Maroon to the rebound right corner with 35. Trickled behind the cage, Wilson. Clearing attempt hit the official, grabbed by Sanderson. Bump to Burzkons. Right point for Clares. Left point for Thorpe. His low shot missed the cage. Through traffic, Trable reacted late to it. Puck to the right corner for Sanderson with 15. Up to the right point for Clares. Low shot blocked by Berard, side of the cage for Thomas Maroon. Carried to the left corner with 7. Puck grab for Houston, then Orlowski, then Anderson up to the left point for Thorpe. His shot wide of the cage with 2-1 and 0. And the buzzer sounds to end the first period. At the end of 20 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms lead the Muskegon Lumberjacks 1-0. Shots on goal for the game, 10-6 in favor of Youngstown. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have our first intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Back inside the Covelli Center. we have delays with the teams leaving the ice. Jacks are starting to head down the tunnel, but don't know if there was some kind of altercation, but it does look like we are going to go ahead and let the teams head to the locker room. All right, so again, we will be back on the other side of the break for the start of the first intermission report. The end of 20, Youngstown leads Muskegon 1-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms! Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the Valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put the ring look like that. Yeah, it's selfish. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash. Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash. Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the first intermission report. The end of 20 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms lead the Muskegon Lumberjacks 1-0. Shots on goal in the first period, 10-6. Phantoms thought they took the lead at 4:03 on Ricard Zemlichka's what would have been his 7th goal of the season, but Muskegon challenged for goaltender interference, and the call on the ice was overturned. Pretty clear look at it on the replay that Jack Hextall crashed into a Muskegon defender who flew about 6 or 8 feet into Carl Axelson. Axelson unable to play his position properly as he was contacted due to Youngstown interference, and as the puck came to the weak side for Zemlichka, he put it in, but overturned on video review. So we stayed scoreless until 13-14 on Cooper Simpson's 28th goal of the season. This one scored on the power play. Ryan Rusinski and Evan Jardine with the helpers for Cooper, his 11th power play goal of the season. 2 penalties in that first period, both on Muskegon. Will Schlechtweg called for interference at 6:04, and Melvin Novotny called for tripping at 12:52. That is the penalty that led to the power play goal for Simpson. Carl Axelson has stopped 9 out of 10. Tobias Chabel has stopped 6 out of 6. Phantom power play is 1 for 2. Muskegon power play 0 for 0. We go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're
so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket?
Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put their ring looking like that. Yeah, it's selfish. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash. Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash.
Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center during the first intermission report. Phantoms lead the Lumberjacks 1-0. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. This is the only USHL game on the slate for today. No college hockey games this evening either. NHL, however, does return to action following that amazing tournament we had over at the Olympics in Milan Cortino the past couple of weeks. Sabres will visit the Devils at 7 p.m. Eastern. Flyers will be in Washington to take on the Capitals also at 7 Eastern. 7:30 puck drop between the Maple Leafs and Lightning. 8 p.m. start in Dallas for the Stars and Kraken. 9 p.m. Eastern puck drop for the Avalanche and Mammoth. Late night games out on the West Coast. The Jets will be in Vancouver to take on the Canucks at 10 Eastern. 10 Eastern start for the Golden Knights and Kings in Los Angeles. And then a 10:30 puck drop between the Oilers and Ducks in Anaheim. That'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard and our first intermission report. We're going to turn it over to the Poland Band. Let them entertain us out to break. And when we come back, second period action between the Phantoms and Jacks here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Watch this.
Let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center for the start of the second period. At the 20-minute mark of the first, Cooper Simpson was given a 2-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. So Youngstown will start the second period on the penalty kill. For the season, Youngstown 85.6% on the kill, second in the USHL power play for the Jacks. 23.9% is sixth, and Muskegon is 16.1% on the power play against Youngstown this year, 4 for 24. He's 16.7%. Rusinski and Stewart approach center ice. And you can roll for initiative as the second period is underway. Jacks control to draw Larioza back into his own zone. Drops it behind him to Novotny, to the red line for Benson, and into the zone back to Novotny. Fires around the wall. Hit a stanchion, almost came to Wilson, but he couldn't get a quick clear. Played into the circle, now bounced up to the point for Larioza. Quickly plays it past Rusinski and down the wall to the box for Benson. Back along the wall, now center point for Larioza. Larioza playing catch with Noringer. Side of the cage for Stewart. Back to Noringer. His shot. Treble with the save. Rebound to Stewart in the corner. Worked up the wall by Wilson, but grabbed by Noringer into the box for Benson. To Noringer for Larioza. Noringer Top of the left circle across Larios, a one-timer. Hit a body in the slot, might have been McKinnon. Off the corner board, stayed in play. Kept by Norger. Walks the blue line, comes far side. Center point, Novotny. To the left circle to Novotny. His one-timer well wide of the cage, off the end wall. It is kept by Norger. Down the right wall, Houston pitchforks at it and gets it out to center. Hustling down the ice after it is McKinnon, but Larioza got there ahead of him. McKinnon to the bench. 43 seconds left in the power play for Muskegon. Second power play unit cycling on for the Jacks as Blanchard chips it to the right wing corner, trickles behind the cage. Blanchard works it up the wall near side to Chris. He fanned on it, and it's chipped out to the neutral zone by Hextall. Rolls down into the Muskegon end. Benson spins away from Jack Hextall with 22 left on the power play. Chris Tuamiko, who starts to carry ahead with 17. To Chris, to red line, and fires to the right wing corner. Hesh got there first, left along the wall as Murphy got tripped by Burscombs, but play continues. 5 seconds on the power play. Christ across. Burscombs fans on the one-timer. Behind the cage it came to Murphy. And quickly out to center for Simpson. Couldn't take the pass cleanly as it's grabbed by Amico. Hesh was crashing in down the middle, and Simpson was trying to delay. Couldn't take the puck cleanly. Hextall with the seal. Backhander on the cage. Saved by Axelson, who covers. Jack Hextall has elevated his play the last few weeks. Five-point weekend in Waterloo. Last week, 2 goals and 3 assists, including the game-winning goal on Saturday night in overtime. Face-off to the right of Axelson. Thomas Maroon wins the draw against Rosinski, worked it to Bergeron. Across the ice near side for Schlechtweg. Put it through the legs of Houston, but grabbed by Wilson. Jack around the dasher to the far side, clubbed down the ice by Youngstown, and they will be guilty of an icing violation with 17:30 left in this second period. Face-off will be to the left of Tobias Strabel after the icing violation. Stewart to take the draw against Rusinski. Rue's been out here a couple of different times. I think this is his third shift in the opening 2:30. Rusinski wins the draw into the corner for Wilson. Around the cage to Houston. Off of Zemlichka, and they're going to say no icing on this one as Axelson will shovel it up the near side, looking for Deneau, run into from behind by Zemlichka, but Miller couldn't work it deep, and the Jacks get it out to center. Grabbed again by Miller, and into the zone for Wilson. Jack around the wall to the right corner for Miller. Sean double-teamed up the wall. Anderson kept it alive, bounced it back down the wall to Miller, who fires to the side of the cage for Zemlichka, tried to center, broken up by Axelson. Poked past Anderson by Clares, and it's grabbed by Deneau over to Stewart. Ahead to the Youngstown line for Noringer. Pulls up at the slot, bounce one off of Orlowski, and then spun one to the far side. Puck pinballing around in the right circle. Finally settles down for Youngstown. It's Wilson from behind the cage while the Jacks start a line change. Fired ahead to the Muskegon line off of Orlowski, but offside. As Jesse maybe about 6 feet offside on the play. Let's go Phantoms is the cheer here from the assembled masses. Looks like we've got easily 3,000 plus here at the Covelli Center this morning. 11:06 a.m. Eastern. Welcome into the school day game, ladies and gentlemen. Phantoms win the neutral zone draw. Axelson in a little trouble with it behind the cage, able to work it over to Thorpe. And he will send it up the far side. Vukas poked at it up to the point. Youngstown couldn't hold the zone. Grabbed by Svitov in the neutral zone. Fired near side, but behind Hesh. Ricochet to Thorpe. Pulls up behind the cage, quickly works it up the far wall for Benson. He'll turn and fire up the dasher and into the neutral zone. Chris beats Svitov. Tried to center, but off the stick of the intended target. That was Novotny. And Youngstown back through the neutral zone. No icing on this one as it trickles back down below the Muskegon goal line, grabbed by Vukas. Around the cage on the near side to Novotny. Past Rusinski, with the puck rolled to Vukas as Novotny lost it off of Benson at center, played back into the zone by Youngstown. Benson quickly back out to the neutral zone where it's grabbed by Jardine, but he split the defenseman. And the Jacks will go for a quick line change while White Rabbit will play it into the left corner of his own zone for Tepley. Back across to White Rabbit, far side. Gains the red line ahead to Jardine, and he'll poke it in the left wing corner. Lariosa got there first, but put it right to the stick of McKinnon in the right corner. Malachi working against Burrs-Collins, got it to Jardine. Tried to play it into the circle for Rusinski. Pass was blocked, came to Rue. Now back of the wall, Sanderson with a good stick, worked it to Bergeron. Rusinski on the stick lift, kept it in the zone. 5 minutes gone in the second, 1-0 Youngstown. Up to the point, Murphy couldn't hold the zone, but kept it away from a attempt at a streak down ice by Bergeron. Lariosa to the red line, fired into the Youngstown end, Trable lets it come through. Fanning on the clearing attempt was Murphy. It's grabbed by Bergeron and pinned to the end plate. Right behind the Phantoms net. Bergeron kicked it free. Fan on his pass, but still has it. Worked it to Yonerheim, coming near side. Bodied up by Berard. Back behind the net, over the stick of Bergeron. To the right hash marks. Back to Amico at the point. And then down into the corner. Yonerheim threw a couple of checks. Got a shot away from the right dot, and it's off the blocker of Trable. Phantoms clear the rebound, and it's skated ahead through center by Rusinski. From the red line, he'll fire it hard off the end wall. Settled on the back of the cage for a moment while Youngstown starts a change. Deneau sends it up the far wall to Amico. Out to center and sticked into the zone by Blanchard. Phantoms clear it to the line, kept by the glove of Amico. No, not kept by the glove of Amico. Just across the blue line was the Muskegon defenseman. We'll have a media timeout. 13:49 left in the second. 1-0 Phantoms. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
13:49 left in the second. Phantoms lead 1-0. Neutral zone draw upcoming. Zemlichka will take that face-off against Drew Stewart. Face-off won by Stewart. Clears, couldn't play it ahead. Youngstown gets it down into the offensive end. Hextall, bottom of the left circle, ripped down by Thorpe. Puck came to the side of the cage, sticked away by Axelson. Jacks coming ahead 3-on-2 if they can hurry, with a cross-ice feed knocked away by Houston, and he delivers a big hit on Drew Stewart. Jacks still with it in the attacking zone, however. Norringer's shot from center point blocked to the right corner. Zemlichka to Houston, chipped it around a man. Thorpe kept it at the left hash, couldn't work it back behind the cage to Stewart. Grabbed by Youngstown, fed ahead to Simpson. Simpson in to the backhander, stopped by Axelson. Tried to turn and fire in front, maybe looking for a bank shot, wouldn't go. Simpson again, picks his shot. Hey! Shoots and scores! Get that cat off my chair. Cooper Simpson, his second goal of the game, gives Youngstown a 2-0 lead. Time of the goal, 6:54. And Youngstown just flying through the neutral zone. Don't know if Simpson knew that Hextall was with him to create the 2-on-0, but Hextall, dogged work below the goal to work it to Simpson, waited to use Clares as a screen, and ripped it blocker side on Axelson. Vukas lost his footing, almost lost the puck. Booze had to just hit off the heel of his stick as we are back to live action. Jacks put it into the Youngstown zone. Right corner. Phantoms up the wall for a moment. As quickly in front, Novotny's shot stopped by dribble, rebound back to the right corner. And Youngstown will sweep it out to center. Back down into the Muskegon zone. Vukas in the left corner. Off of Benson, who regathers and works it to Novotny at the red line. Couldn't take the pass cleanly. It bounced to Tepley. Over to White Rabbit, trying to get away from Christ. And he will as he spun it to the left corner for Tepley to carry ahead. Tepley into the zone right down the middle. Over to the far wall for Orlowski. Jesse one hand on his stick around the cage, watched by Selski. Orlowski worked free for a moment, tried to wrap around and rolled off his stick at the last moment. Miller to Tepley to Murphy, one-timer right to the belly of Axelson, who holds. Face-off will be to the left. Of Carl Axelson, who has stopped 12 out of 14. Burskons to take the draw against Anderson. And he will win that draw into the left corner, but Miller beats Selski to the puck. Anderson up the wall to Orlowski, back into the corner, taken by Selski. Put it down low, but stolen away by Miller. Up the near wall, Anderson. Past Miller behind the cage of Mikko. Wedged it away from Orlowski and up the wall to Burskons. Out to center for Bergeron. Off his stick, trying to get past Thompson, couldn't do so. Able to regather, sent it weak side, but off a Youngstown stick. Believe that was Miller on the back check. Pinballing around into the right corner for Bergeron. Sent to the left side for clears his shot wide of the cage. To the right point, Amico. D to D2 clears, near side. Poked off his stick by Anderson. Logan lost his footing, but from his wallet, able to poke it out to center. Orlowski forcing it down into the Muskegon zone. Burskons stripped to the puck. Orlowski has it in his skates. He didn't know it. Now he will find that puck, get it deep, and get over the boards for a line change. Clares back through center for Muskegon. Around the wall to the near side, Murphy to McKinnon. Off the dasher and out to center. Bounced over the stick of Jardine. Clares will send it back ahead for the Jacks. Into the zone came Yonerheim. His shot was blocked by Murphy. Yonerheim to his own rebound. Quickly out in front. Trable covers the shot after the rebound, and Will Schlechtweg put down Carter Murphy. And that will draw a crowd as Murphy tangling with Yonerheim in the right corner. Pair of 14s there. Murphy was trying to leave the scrum and actually tried to keep Yonerheim out of it. And then those two got very involved with each other. I saw one of our officials pointing a couple of players to the penalty box. So we may see some action on the score sheet from this. We may be going to 4-on-4. We'll see. Murphy being escorted to the box, as is Yonerheim. 10:38 left in the second. Looks like the faceoff is going to stay in the Youngstown zone. Sanderson and Rusinski looking for explanation from Jane Brignoni. And it looks like we will go 4-on-4. Time of these penalties, 9:22. I would imagine Murphy and Yonerheim both for roughing. Just waiting for those penalties to get up on the board before we get back to action. All right, scoreboard's ready to go, as are our officials. Burskons to take the draw. And he won that faceoff against Hextall. Back to the right point for Deneau. Over to the far wall for Bergeron. Cycle to Burskons. Burskons between the circle. Lost the puck for a moment. Able to regather as it rolled into the left corner. lost his footing, battling against Houston, back up to his feet, had the puck for a moment. Phantoms took it away. Wilson able to work it to Hextall. And I think a holding call upcoming on Youngstown as I believe that his Jardine was battling with Burzkons. And sorry, that's Cal Houston. Number 12 for the Phantoms. So a 4-on-3 power play for Muskegon for 137. 4-on-3, very dangerous, lots of open ice. Easy to move the puck and set up those one-timers. Stewart will take the draw against Rusinski. Rue is joined by White Rabbit and Wilson. Rusinski, however, with the face-off win, but the puck put right over the glass and out of play by Jack Wilson. In the NHL, that's a penalty. But here in the USHL, you're just denied a line change. Not the biggest deal as these players fresh on the ice here to start the penalty kill. As Jack was aiming for the top of the glass near side, and like he put it about 3 feet over that glass. 3 seconds tick off the penalty clock, and we'll drop the puck again to the left of Trable. Brzezinski with the face-off win. Behind the cage to Wilson. And this time, Jack will get the clear. Just wide of the cage, Axelson out of the blue paint to set it up for Larioza. So we have 1:17 and less now remaining of a 4-on-3, and then 23 seconds of 5-on-4 for the Jacks if they are unable to score. Novotny, right circle. Across for Norger, his one-timer to the belly of Trable, who holds. 1:05 left in the 4-on-3. 2-0 Phantoms. Pair of goals for Cooper Simpson. Second penalty kill of the period for Youngstown. They started on the kill. Cooper Simpson was called for unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the first period. Here's Burzkons to take the draw against Hextall to the right of Trable, near side, as you are watching on Flow Hockey. Burzkons kicked out of the circle. Bergeron to take the draw, and he won it to Burzkons. Up to the point for Amico. Left circle, Stewart. Check that is Benson. Hard to see the numbers from this distance. Amico center point. Over to the right circle for Burzkons. His pass down low off a Youngstown stick. Burzkons regathers off the far wall. Amico, Burzkons, top of the right circle. Turns and fires, blocked in front, bouncing around, still bouncing, and settled down at the blue line by Amico. To the right circle for Burzkons to Amico. One-timer, blocker saved by Trable. He couldn't find it, but it's over on the near side. Center point, Amico. Low shot to the belly of Trable, who holds. 25 seconds left in the 4-on-3. 9:03 left in the second. And again, there will be 23 seconds of penalty time remaining should the 4-on-3 expire without a goal. Out for the Jacks, Stewart, Novotny, Larioza, and Noringer. For the Phantoms, Rusinski. It's like White Rabbit and Wilson. False start on the face-off. No warnings or face-off ejections. We'll do it again between Rusinski and Stewart. Stewart with the win, but got it right to White Rabbit. Say that 5 times fast. Ryan slowly to the red line, and now he will play it deep into the Muskegon end. Axelson to the left corner for Larioza. 12 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Stewart to the red line and into the zone. Back to the line for Novotny. Tried to rip it across, came off Rusinski, and back to Novotny, who's taken to the boards by White Rabbit. We're back to 5-on-4. Murphy back into the play. As it came to Wilson behind the cage, he will fire it off the near window, off the linesman, and down the ice, and our linesman is down right in front of the Muskegon penalty bench. As that one might have got linesman Rosenbaum in the bucket. Shakily back to his feet as Amber Martinelli out to check on him. And Josh Rosenbaum trying to skate it off, but I think maybe it'd be best if we wait until at least the third period before we see him again, as he's hunched over. And Amber going to help him down the tunnel. No replacement linesman here in the regular season. And it looks like Phantoms equipment manager Andrew Rush going to go help Rosenbaum and Martinelli down the tunnel. 15 seconds left in the power play. I believe this faceoff should come in the neutral zone, as that's where the puck was when the whistle blew. 8:30 left in the second. Youngstown leads 2-0. Shots on goal for the game, 14-14. And actually, one of our referees is going to go down the tunnel as well. I believe that was Jane Brignoni. We can go with one ref. We do it all the time here in the USHL. So I wonder if we're going to see a quick shirt change. Get a thumbs up from engineer Dave Ferris, who doing a wonderful job, as always, pushing the buttons, keeping us on the air here today. Missing my partner in crime, Brendan Miller. It's rough trying to broadcast and do social media all at the same time, and it is indeed a quick uniform change to the gray stripes. So we will have two linesmen, but we are just going to have one referee. Actually, looks like Jane Brignoni will remain with the orange armband, and it is Eric Michaels that will don the gray. All right, face-off at center ice. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Cal Houston. Youngstown wins the draw, and Tepley will get the clear. Vukas around the cage to the near side with 6 left on the power play. Burzkons able to enter the zone despite the stick of Tepley, and out of the box comes Cal Houston as the Phantoms get it clear. It is Houston at the blue line. Behind him to Heshu bobbled, but the puck rolled into the Muskegon zone. Poke back ahead by Vukas, grabbed by Murphy. Carter. Near side for Houston, as the Phantoms had 3 defensemen on there for a little bit. And Houston was right at the red line. But they're going to call Youngstown for icing. And Cal was standing on the red line when he let that puck go with 7:58 left in this second period. So Phantoms going to get stuck with 3 defensemen out here. Face off to the left of Trable. Thomas Maroon wins the draw. Back to the right point for Selski. Floated wide of the cage. It comes to Schlechtwig. His shot blocked by Houston. Back up the wall. Cal chips it to the line, kept by Clares. Back down the wall off of Schlechtwig. Came to Houston, who fires far side for Hextall, who delays, waits for help. Hextall behind him to Tepley. Tepley to the goal line. Walking in. Backhander lifted it just over the crossbar. As the seas parted for Mate, he was able to walk the goal line, just lifted that backhander over the crossbar. Simpson, left point, guarded by Schlechtweg. Simpson, open ice, shot blocked, and that stung Anthony Thomas Maroon. Hit him right in the lower back as he's grabbing it, trying to get to his feet. Simpson, however, held the zone. Zemlichka, Simpson, back to Zemlichka, and Axelson kicked the net off. This is not a media timeout. This is not a media timeout. Actually, they're going to call Axelson for delay of game, so we will take our media timeout. 7:02 left in the second. Phantoms back to the power play. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey and West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Will Schlechtleg will serve the delay of game penalty called on Carl Axelson. And it looks like we're going to have the ice crew come out and fix the pegs as Axelson kicked that net off well and good. Time of the penalty, 12:58. Phantoms 1 for 2 today on the power play. Quick work by the ice crew and our linesmen already ready to go, and it will be Ryan Devine to drop the puck to the left of Axelson. Ryan Rusinski will take the faceoff against Drew Stewart. Clean faceoff win by Stewart in the corner by Amico. Fired around the kick plate, but kept at the left point by Simpson. Cooper carries down the wall to the hash marks. Back to the line for Wilson. To Hextall along the near wall. Back to Wilson at the blue line. To Hextall, bottom of the right circle. Carries to the hash marks. Hextall back to the line for Wilson. Trades places with Simpson. Sends it to Jardine left corner. Jard's little trouble with it. Gave it up the far wall for Stewart, who will skate it ahead. No rush here for the Jacks as puck put high over the cage by Stewart. Stayed in play off the end wall. Wilson will just pick it up and slide it ahead to Rusinski. Rue carries back to the red line, drops it for Wilson. Over to Simpson far side and into the zone. Cooper fired around the dasher. Deneau gets there first in the right corner, worked it up the wall and down the ice. Trable out to help Wilson. Send it ahead to Simpson. Across to Rusinski, cutting down the middle. Rue a shot! Hey! Shoots and scores! Oh, captain, my captain! Ryan Rusinski. The 16th power play goal of his USHL career. Sets a new Phantom record and puts Youngstown ahead 3-0. But he's going to have to share that puck with Tobias Trable because Trable has just set the record for assists by a Phantom goaltender with 5. Youngstown ahead 3-0. Time of the goal, 13:54. I think we're just waiting on the clock right now. Yeah, they're trying to get the penalty off the board to Schlechtweg. Back to live action. Jacks control the draw. Thorpe fires it into the zone. Comes around to the far wall. Unable to clear are the Phantoms. Pinballing around near the right point. Finally does escape out to center for Youngstown. Booze bumped it down into the Muskegon end. Clears D-to-D over to Thorpe and down back into the Phantom zone. White Rabbit. Up the boards, bounces to Tepley. Monte around the cage to the far side. Off the dasher and out to center. Off of Booze. Ricochet declares in his own end. He'll float it over to Thorpe near side. And the former Des Moines Buccaneer bounces it ahead Sanderson feeds it in front, came back to Sanderson. Backhander on the cage. Trable able to poke it to the right wing corner. Sent up the wall, held by Selski. Back behind the net. Taken away by Hesch. He'll come near side. Up the boards to Booz. Lenny out to the red line looking for Svitov. Able to at least bump it down into the Muskegon end. Amico down the ice for Stewart. Bottom of the right circle. His shot stopped by Trable. Couldn't hold. Rebound skated into by Miller. He'll carry into the attacking end. Anderson somehow kept a skate onside. Miller. Right corner up to the point for Berard. D to Murphy far side. Carter little bobble but works it back to Anderson. Logan down the far wall, watched by Stewart. Now guarded by Amico. Try to feed it back down the wall, forced to the point. Nordger gets it to the neutral zone. And it's grabbed by Stewart at the red line. Into the attacking end, lost the puck. It's poked ahead to Orlowski. Jesse carries down the near side, watched by Amico. Faked the shot, spun it to Hashes, and worked it around to the left wing corner. Only one there, however, Victor Noringer. He'll skate it up that far wall as far as the red line and now actually work his way into the Youngstown zone. Tried to drop it off for Drew Stewart, puck back out to center. Jacks are going to have to touch up, but it looks like instead they may start a line change. Berard to Murphy, back to Brody, left corner. Out to the neutral zone for Hextall and across the ice to Murphy. Carter gains the red line and fires it around the kick plate to the near side. Touch to the middle by the Jacks, grabbed by Deneau. He'll bump it behind him to Christ. 3-on-3, the Jacks come through center. Christ to the right wing corner. Murphy cut inside of Bergeron. Phantoms work it back out to the neutral zone. Grabbed at his own line by Clares. He'll go D to Lariosa with 3:35 left in the second in a 3-0 Youngstown lead. Benson. Bumped from behind by Zemlichka, but kept the puck alive and put it below the Phantoms' goal line. Got after his own chip. To the corner for Christ and up the wall to Clares at the right point. He'll walk the blue line. Now fire it over to Lariosa. He'll start the cycle anew. Came behind the cage, but off the stick of Carter Murphy. It came to Cooper Simpson. Cooper through the red line and chipped it to the end wall. Lariosa first there behind the net, bumped by Hextall. Able to use that big body to keep control of the puck, who got it to Benson on the far side. Now out to center for Bergeron. Denied the zone nicely by the stick of Houston, and it's Jardine coming ahead. Has Zemlichka. Zemlichka across Jardine, off the heel of his stick. Phantoms maybe a little bit of overpassing on that one. Would have liked to see Zemlichka pick his spot as he was coming down inside edge of the left circle. Back on the attack, it's Jonerheim. Stripped of the puck by Rusinski, but then Rue lost his footing. Back to the line for Schlechtweg. He lost the puck. Jardine out to center, stolen by Thomas Maroon. Jonerheim. Back into the zone. Trable stops it and works it right corner for Wilson. Jack up the wall. Came to the skates of McKinnon. Ahead to Rusinski. From the neutral zone, he'll fire it off the blocker of Axelson. Rebound to the left wall while Youngstown goes for the line change. Amico. Behind Jonerheim. Grabbed by Jardine. Lifted it over Amico. Stayed in play in the right corner for McKinnon. Fired around to the left side. Hesch hustling over. Got there ahead of Schlechtweg. And then Schlechtweg picked Hesch's pocket and got it out to the neutral zone. Stick back into the Muskegon end by Svitov. Jacks send it up the near wall. Jonerheim out to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Schlechtweg in front of the bench, put to the stick of Wilson. Played ahead to the Muskegon line, and Hesch will work it deep, then heads off for a line change with 1:40 left in the second in a 3-0 Youngstown lead. Amico across the red line and dumps it deep. White Rabbit left corner, back around to the right side for Tepley, off his skates and grabbed by the Jacks. Worked at center point, stolen by Svitov, who's still out here. And now Alexander going to head for the bench as Tepley gets into the Muskegon zone, picked up by Blanchard. Drop back for Vukas. Back out to center off of Blanchard, rolls to Tepley. Off the window, past the stick of Stewart. Bounce back to Vukas with 65 left in this middle frame. Trable. Up the near side, Zemlichka couldn't clear. Novotny behind him looking for a crashing Burrs Collins, but pass broken up by Youngstown. Skating ahead is Anderson. Logan will chip it to the right wing corner, heads off for a change with 48. Vukas taken to the boards by Zemlichka, but got the puck to Novotny, across over to Deneau. Out to center, nice steal by Murphy. Back into the zone for Hextall, lost it entering the zone. Noringer behind him for Stewart and into the attacking end. To Novotny, walking down the middle, but played away by Houston to the corner. Out to center for Hextall. Turns his back to the red line and carries ahead with 22. Hextall into the attacking end. Chipped it to the left wing corner. Trickle behind the cage to Larioza. Spun out to center. Off of Norger. Bounces into the zone with 10. Houston around the wall to the left corner. Cal got to his own play around. Bumped it behind him to McKinnon. Malachi chips it back behind the cage. And that is how the second period will end. A goal for Cooper Simpson. A goal for Ryan Rusinski. And the Youngstown Phantoms lead 3-0 at the end of the second period. Shots on goal for the game, 16-16. Muskegon with 10 shots in the period, Youngstown with 6. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the second intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day. 'Cause it's fun all over the state. So come on. Great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game.
McDavid to the net. Score!
Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center for the start of the second intermission report. At the end of 40 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms lead the Muskegon Lumberjacks 3-0. Shots on goal for the game, 16-16. Jacks outshoot the Phantoms 10-6 in that second period, but it was Youngstown that had both of the goals in the middle frame. At 6:54, Cooper Simpson, his 29th of the season. Right now in the books as unassisted. We're going to have to go check that one out, but that put Youngstown ahead 2-0. Also second goal of the game for Cooper. Then at 13:54, power play goal for Ryan Rusinski, 23rd goal of the season. Simpson and Trable with the helpers. For Rusinski, 16th power play goal of the season, sets a new Phantom record that he had been tied with Shane LaChance and Brett Murray. but now it is Ryan Rusinski, the most power play goals in a season in Phantoms history. Also with an assist on the play, Tobias Trebel, his 5th of the season. That sets a new Phantom record for assists in a career by a goaltender. I believe Jacob Fowler, during the Clark Cup year, had 3 assists that year. I believe he had 1 in his rookie campaign the year before. But Fowles had 4 assists, and now Trebel sitting atop that list with 5. Phantom power play 2 for 3. Muskegon power play 0 for 2, including I think it was a minute and 47 of 4-on-3 power play time for Muskegon. Plenty of penalties in that second period. Cooper Simpson was called for unsportsmanlike conduct at the 0-second mark. Louis Yonerheim and Carter Murphy matching roughing minors at 9:22. Cal Houston called for holding at 9:45. Carl Axelson called for delay of game at 12:58. That is the penalty that led to the Rusinski power play goal. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. All right.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center. During the second intermission report, they have added some assists for the second Cooper Simpson goal, scored at 6:54 of the second. Jack Hextall and Jack Wilson with the helpers on that marker for Youngstown, as Jack Wilson now with 73 points in his USHL career, drawing ever closer to Andrew Strathman, who holds the Phantom record for points by a defenseman with 77. So again, this is the only USHL game on the docket today. No college hockey either. We talked about the 8 NHL games tonight as the National returning to action after the wonderful Olympic tournament that we were treated to, and of course a USA Hockey gold medal. We're going to take a look at the upcoming schedule for the USHL for this weekend. Tomorrow, Sioux Falls is at Lincoln, 8:05 Eastern puck drop. On Friday, 7 games. Cedar Rapids at Team USA, 7 Eastern. All other games starting at 8:05 Eastern. Omaha at Des Moines, Waterloo at Dubuque, Youngstown at Green Bay, Chicago at Madison, Fargo at Sioux City, and Lincoln at Tri-City. As the Lumberjacks get Friday off, they will return to action on Saturday and Sunday, as the Jacks will head out to Omaha to take on the Lancers. Also on Saturday, Cedar Rapids at Team USA. Phantoms will wrap up their weekend at the Resch Center in Green Bay. Tri-City at Lincoln, Fargo at Sioux City, Dubuque at Waterloo, Madison at Chicago, and Sioux Falls at Des Moines. And then 4 games on Sunday, Waterloo at Des Moines, Cedar Rapids at Team USA, Madison at Green Bay, and we already mentioned Muskegon at Omaha. That'll do it for our second intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. Well, actually, I guess we're going to hand it over to the Poland band, again, if they're going to strike up a tune for us. But when we come back, third period action between the Phantoms and Lumberjacks here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me, the Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day, put a little play in your day.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Roll for initiative. Third period is underway. Youngstown leads 3-0. Jacks finally get control of that bouncing puck. Clears into his own zone. Back out to center for Benson. Retreats across his blue line ahead to the Youngstown line looking for Bergeron. Couldn't reach it. And it'll be grabbed by Cal Houston. On his backhand up to the line. Zemlichka redirected out to center but grabbed right back by Muskegon. Benson in front of his net to Larioza, carries behind the cage. Clearing attempt hit Hextall, came back to Larioza. Cleared to the left corner for Clares. Dances away from Hextall, feeds Larioza right corner, and out to Benson in the neutral zone. Bounced ahead off the stick, but to Houston in his own zone. Out to center quickly for Zemlichka, across for Simpson. Cooper tried to cut to the middle, lost the puck. Bergeron seems to have lost his twig on the play. Simpson regathers, steps in, feeds it across past Wilson. Jack plays it off the wall, turns and fires, redirected by Danny Clears to the end wall. Puck loose below the goal line, picked up by McKinnon. Right corner, spins away from Larioza. Into the corner for Hextall now. Left point for Wilson. D over to Houston. Cal with the shot right to the glove of Axelson, and he'll hold. 1:09 into this third period. Just presented by Mercy Health. Face off to the left of Axelson. Draw controlled by Muskegon. They'll get it out to center. Loose puck for Stewart. Backhanders. Trable with the save, and then a sliding Rusinski knocks the net off its pegs as he was tangled. Phantoms will be denied a line change as they are the ones that put the net off its pegs. Draw will be to the right of Trable, 18:39 left in the third. Rusinski to take the draw against Stewart. Jacks control the draw, but as they try to feed Thorpe at the left point, he went right, and the puck went left, so he'll retrieve it in his own zone to Amico. Ahead and redirected into the left corner by Stewart. White Rabbit, the first one there, sent it up the far wall. McKinnon bumped into Rusinski. Ahead to Jardine, but couldn't get it back to Rusinski. Jacks with the takeaway. And quickly it's Thorpe over to Amico. Spun away from McKinnon and carries ahead. Fired to Noringer. Into the left wing corner of the Youngstown zone, Berard battling with Noringer. Phantoms worked the puck free, but Rusinski couldn't take it cleanly. Came back to Noringer. Up that wall to Thomas Maroon. Back to Noringer, back to Thomas Maroon. He'll turn and bounce one wide of the cage. White Rabbit cleared it to the top of the circle, and Rusinski will bounce it down the ice. This will be icing on Youngstown. Get the graphic on the board, congratulating the Phantoms captain for breaking the Phantoms record for power play goals in a season. Rusinski with the face-off win. Berard to the right corner for White Rabbit, to Jardine, middle of the ice for McKinnon. Sauced out to center for Berard, bumped to Rusinski. He'll fire it into the zone and head out for a line change. Roll around to the left corner for Vukas, up the wall. And Muskegon will play it to center, grabbed by Jonerheim, poked away by Hesch, but picked right back up by Deneau, who worked it deep. And then Hesch took a heavy hit from Jonerheim in the corner, but the puck to Berard, lifted out to center, looking for Booze, but bodied down by Vukas, fired over to Thomas Maroon, and he'll whip it into the Youngstown zone. Jacks to a line change. Murphy to Berard. A crossover to Hesch was in his skates, couldn't enter the zone cleanly. Did get it to Booze, however, and Lenny able to work his way through traffic, then lost the puck as he tried to cut through the middle. Muskegon back on the attack. Fanning on the cross-ice feed was Larioza. Svitov will skate it to the red line and bounce it into the Muskegon zone. Phantom's going to start a line change here. 16:45 left in the third. Sanderson at center. To Clares to Burscombs. Sent it to the middle of the ice, but that bounced right to Logan Anderson. Traded it off to Houston. Cal spinning away from Sanderson around the kick plate near side for Wilson. Jack able to bounce it off Orlowski at center, but that will trickle to Amico in his own zone. Cuts across the crease and carries out to center. Danced around one, entered the zone, got a shot away off the tip of the glove of Trable into the left wing corner. Orlowski to the rebound, over to Wilson. Jack will lift it out to center, looking for Anderson. Logan plays it to the middle, but couldn't get possession back. And it's Clares sending it over to the left wing, right wing corner from the left wing corner The Phantoms were changing behind the play, and I think Orlowski maybe with a hold here, as Amico and Simpson need to be separated. And check that, I think I see a high sticking indicator. It will be Jesse Orlowski for high sticking, time with the penalty 4:06. Phantoms to their third penalty kill of the game. Rusinski, McKinnon, Houston, Wilson, Stewart, Novotny, Noringer, Benson, and Larioza. Face off to the left of Trable. Jacks with the face-off win. Noringer plays it to Larioza. To Novotny, lost it in the circle. Took out McKinnon. Cross-ice feed, hit a phantom stick, and went out to center. Noringer unable to keep it in the zone. Larioza back into his own end for it. Carries around the cage to the near side. 20 seconds gone on the power play. Drops it back for Novotny. Left point for Noringer. Goal line extended for Stewart. Back to Noringer and bobbled it along the far wall and puck back down to the Muskegon end. Phantom's going to get a pair of fresh forwards on the ice. 1:15 left in the power play. Larioza drops it back to Novotny. He plays it in front of the benches looking for Benson. Novotny actually skated back into his own pass, and he's in the attacking end. Cross-ice feed, Noringer left circle. Tried to feed it in front. Hit the stick of Wilson and came up and hit him in the mouth. And Jack is down on the ice. And Amber Martinelli out to check on Jack Wilson. And Jack already back up on his feet, skating. Was going to skate to the bench. Instead, he hands Amber Martinelli back the towel, says, I'm staying out here. Jack Wilson, absolute warrior of a hockey player, playing in USHL game number 194. They're going to say, Jack, you got to go to the bench. We stopped the game for you. And so Carter Murphy will come out. 1:02 left in the high-sticking call to Jesse Orlowski. Hextall to take the draw against Burscollins. Second power play unit out for the Jacks. Phantoms had the face-off win, but they couldn't get the clears. Murphy lost his stick. Instead, it's going to be picked up by Houston. He will fire it down the ice. Axelson quickly away from Hextall up the near side. Comes to Hesh at center. Puck rolled on him as he was trying to fire it in. Instead, he's going to carry it in now. Hesh down the left wall, spins off of Amico. Back to his feet. Had the puck for a moment. Amico able to pull it out of Hesh's skates. He'll carry around the cage to the far side. Now start up the ice. Pass across. Too far ahead of Blanchard. Rusinski banked it back to the Muskegon line. Picked up there by Amico. And now it'll be Chris trying the left wall. And from the corner, fire around to Blanchard. Now up to the point for Burscollins. His pass off of McKinnon and out to the neutral zone. Amico to Blanchard. 10 seconds left on the power play. To Christ. Cross corner, dump to the near side, but it bounced to McKinnon, and Malachi gets the clear. 2 seconds and one. Orlowski out of the box. Phantoms 3 for 3 on the kill. 13:50 left in this third period. Phantoms lead 3-0. Bergeron denied the line by White Rabbit. Jack's touch up. Try to get back on the attack, but it's White Rabbit again with the puck. Around to Tepley. Up the wall past Simpson. Not enough steam on it for icing. It'll be Thorpe from the top of the left circle in his own zone. Carries around the cage away from Zemlichka. And does get the puck out to center. Grabbed at the red line by White Rabbit. Retreats to his own blue. Now starts back ahead. And Zemlichka couldn't fight his way through the hip check of Thorpe. Nice play there. As puck stolen at the side of the cage by the Phantoms. Up high, it's Hextall turning, firing, and off the blocker of Axelson and out of play. Immediate timeout, 13:08 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
.13:08 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-0. Face off to the right of Axelson in the attacking zone for Youngstown. Jacks control the draw, clears off the window and out to center. Glove down by Wilson in front of the benches. Tripped blatantly by Noringer, but play continues. Puck comes to Simpson off the window and out to the neutral zone. They do see we are playing the third period with just one official, as one of our linesmen injured in the second period. Hextall into the zone. Across looking for Zemlichka. He wasn't at the near post. He had kind of slowed down on his charge a little bit. Now cutting in comes Stewart. Drops it back for Novotny. Hit shot blocked by Thompson to the meshing. So one of our referees here at the start of the game, Eric Michaels, he's working the lines right now, as Josh Rosenbaum injured in the second period. Face off to the right of Trable. Rusinski to take the draw against Christ. Rusinski wins the draw into the corner. Berard skates into it, lifts it off the window and down the ice. Does it have enough steam for icing? No. Amico will have to play it just before the goal line. Carries near side, worked it up the boards to Benson, touched it behind him, and the Jacks will come through center. Bergeron into the zone, couldn't dance through Berard. Great job there by Brody. Took a big hit for his trouble, but did clear the puck out to center. Puck battle won in the neutral zone by Amico. He's back in the attacking end. His shot wide of the cage, affected by Jardine. Rusinski maybe took a little bit of a high stick there by Bergeron. Play continues. Berard up the wall, couldn't clear it. Hit Benson in the back. McKinnon, second effort, couldn't clear past Larioza. Puck back around to the right wing corner. And Christ up the wall to Benson. Spun off of Jardine, taken away by Murphy, who I think lost a mitt on the play. Got it to the neutral zone for McKinnon. Floated ahead for Rusinski. Rue across. Berard, shot! Glove save by Axelson, who holds. Berard dusted it off a little bit and maybe needed to be a one-touch. 11:38 left in the third. Friends, I'd like to take a minute to pass along my condolences to a member of my graduating class, Riverside High School in Elwood City, Pennsylvania, class of 2004. One of my classmates, Scott Streckengoss, lost his life over the weekend. Pass along condolences to his friends and family, especially his 18-year-old son, Braden, a senior at Riverside High School, will be attending Penn State in the fall. As we are back to live action, Jacks win the defensive zone draw, play it out to center. Sanderson from the blue line to the middle of the ice in the attacking end. Glove down by Tepley, banks it off of Sanderson and out to the neutral zone. Battle along the far wall. Jacks force it back into the Youngstown end. Sanderson able to get it to Blanchard. Up to the top of the left circle. Vukas kept it at the point for a moment before Tepley worked it free to Svitov. Came in front of the bench as Selski tackled Svitov a bit from behind. I think Alexander landed on top of the puck. 10:54 left in the third. 3-0 Phantoms. Shot on goal for the game, 18-18. So that's 2-2 in the period. So not much to say about offense here in this third period. We've almost reached the halfway point of it, just seeing 4 shots on net. Big scrum off the faceoff, controlled by Youngstown. Wilson to Houston, far side. Hard off the animal side of the cage. Stick down by Axelson, and then had to play it away from an oncoming Logan Anderson to the right wing corner. Jack's able to clear it out to center. Orlowski from the red line dropped it back, looking for Houston. Pass was offline. Cal around the kick plate to Wilson. Quickly back out to center off of Miller. They're going to say no icing. Muskegon got a stick on it. And Thorpe back to play it around the cage. Missed his intended target at center. I believe that was Schlechtweg, and it bounces down to Miller, out to the red line for Anderson. Logan into the attack again. Phantoms changing behind the play. Around to Zemlichka in the left corner. Double teamed by Amico and Stewart, and is Carter Amico with the puck, and he'll send it far side for Novotny. Through neutral, red line and blue into the zone. Tried to chip it past Houston, but Cal able to play it in the left wing corner. Novotny tried to center, sticked away by Hextall. Around to the right side, Stewart spun off the check of Hextall, lost the puck to Wilson and Hextall. And now Novotny, however, takes the puck away from Hextall. Behind the net, Novotny put it right to the stick of Hextall. And Simpson off the boards and just out to center. Zemlichka able to force it to neutral. Zemlichka into the attacking zone, but lost the puck as he walked the blue line. Noringer back on the attack for Muskegon, behind him to Novotny. Goal line extended, sharp angle shot, right to the belly of Trable, who wasn't sure where it was. He'll hold. We'll have our final media timeout of regulation. 9:22 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-0. Listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
To the shore and drink a bottom bone.
.22 left in the third. Back for the home stretch. Phantoms lead 3-0. Shots on goal for the game, 19-18 in favor of Muskegon. Jacks out shooting Youngstown 3-2 through the first 10:38 of this third period. Pass along congratulations to Kyle Connor, the first Olympic medalist in Phantom history. Kyle winning a gold medal as a member of Team USA this past Sunday, and what a hockey game that was if you were able to tune in. Rasinski wins the defensive zone draw to Berard to Jardine, back to center for the captain. Little bobble, and the Jacks will come away with the puck. Bergeron off of Benson, came to Berard, however, and White Rabbit Murphy will skate it ahead. Put behind the cage, Axelson sends it up the far side. Jardine kept. Berard hit shot just wide of the cage, maybe off the tip of the glove of Axelson. Muskegon to the rebound. They'll fire it out to center. Bergeron comes near side, and now open ice for Chris. Skates into it. Long distance shot. Missed the cage. Bergeron keeps the top of the right circle. Dances past McKinnon. Plays the corner for Chris. Centering feed, trying to find Clares crashing through the back door. Would not go. Amico down the wall to Chris. Watched by Murphy. Left it there for Benson. Back to the line for Amico. His shot hit bodies in front and picked up by Carter Murphy. Murph skates it out of danger, gives up to Jardine, and Evan from the red line puts it just wide of the cage off the tip of the glove of Axelson, who leaves it for Amico. Spun over to Clares with 8:15 left in the third. Stewart to Noringer. Tried to get it to Novotny, but the pass came to White Rabbit, and he'll play it out to neutral. Hesh and Booz ahead 2-on-2. Coming down the weak side was Svitov in front. Hesh, redirect, scores! know karate, but he knows crazy. Jakob Hesch, his 9th goal of the season, and Youngstown ahead 4-0. Time of the goal, 11:56. Pretty play by Youngstown coming right down the middle. And just a little give and go action between Svitov and Hesch. And Hesch with a pretty redirect through the 5-hole of Axelson. Youngstown up 4-0. Off the restart, Orlowski works it into the Muskegon zone, but ridden hard off the puck for his trouble. Jacks back into their own zone. Jacks to a line change as the puck behind the Muskegon net, and they'll start the breakout. 7:20 left in the third, 4-0 Phantoms. Sanderson put it to the left wing corner. Anderson hit hard, another hard check behind the cage. Tefley slow to his feet. Monte still struggling a little bit, and from his knees he'll get back up and bump Burzcons off the puck enough that Youngstown able to get control. Here's Simpson, middle of the ice for Tefley. He'll put it near side for Anderson, dropped it back for White Rabbit, and Tefley slow to the bench. Puck at the red line, grabbed by the Jacks, and on the attack Thomas Maroon, but wedged off by White Rabbit and then ripped him down. Play continuing. Houston pitchforks it to the line. Kept by Vukas. Into the corner for Jonerheim. And up the near side, kept by Vukas. Put it down low, but redirected off a stick and out of play. .6:28 left in the third. Jakob Hesch's 9th goal of the season has put Youngstown ahead 4-0. And Ryan Ward wants a challenge for a major penalty. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. 6:28 left in the third. 4-0 Phantoms. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little flag in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me.
challenge unsuccessful, so we will stay at even strength. Youngstown loses their challenge for the remainder of regulation, which is 6:28. Phantoms lead 4-0. Phantom captain Ryan Rusinski topping things over with referee Jane Brignoni. Now we'll head back to the bench. Monte Tepley did go down the runway to the locker room with Amber Martinelli there during the break. Face off to the left of Trable. Hextall to take the draw against Stewart. Net is empty for Muskegon. Face off one into the corner by Muskegon. Novotny to Stewart. Being watched by Houston. Cow with the strip, but taken away by Burscombs. To Stewart. Up the far wall to Noringer. Across one-timer, wide of the cage, off the stick of Larioza. Rebound to Stewart. Noringer. Wrister blocked by Hextall into the left corner. Stewart. Up the wall to Noringer. Zemlichka had a steal for a moment. Taken away by Stewart, and a shot off the blocker of Trable. Rebound kept at the right point by Larioza. Simpson looking for the hat trick. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Jacks have the Phantoms pinned in here. Stewart up the far wall, down into the corner. Taken away by Zemlichka. Came to Wilson. Ripped around the kick plate. Kept at the right point by Larioza. Down the wall to Novotny. Back to Larioza at the line. To Novotny. Right hash. Into the corner. Watched by Hextall. To Burscombs. Right point Larioza. Left circle. Noringer couldn't take it cleanly. Into the corner for Stewart. Fanned on the pass. Puck taken to the boards. Burscombs dug it out. Up high for a shot and bounced in. Don't know if that was Larioza clean or if it was redirected in front. And it is going to be Nathan Larioza getting his first goal of the season. And Muskegon's on the board with the extra attacker. Time of the goal, 14:49. A little bit of a change-up there on Trable. It looked like he got a big piece of it as it kind of fluttered into the net. So Axelson back in the cage. And we'll see if he heads back to the bench, if the Jacks can get possession and get it deep. Axelson is standing at the hash marks. Muskegon does control the faceoff, but it's forced back into their own end. And now Axelson will head back to the bench for the extra attacker. Puck put behind the net by Blanchard. Murphy around the window to Jardine near side. 4:50 left in the third. Phantoms lead by 3. Left side, Christ into the corner behind the cage. Blanchard back to Christ in the corner. Back to Blanchard, back to Christ. Up to the hash marks. To the line for Noringer. Back to Chris. Sanderson set a pick. Puck poked out to center by McKinnon, and Chris put him hard into the boards. Sanderson at the logo. Back into the zone for Amico. Floated into the slot. Poked to the corner by White Rabbit. Grabbed there by Murphy. Lifted to the line. Stick down ice by Youngstown, but Jardine doesn't have anything left to hustle down and beat Chris to the puck. Try to get a shot at the empty net. Here it's Youngstown. To Houston in the corner. Hard around the boards. Novotny holds the zone for Muskegon with 4:05 left in the third. Stolen by Jardine. Ripped down the ice, but 10 feet wide of the empty net. Youngstown called for icing with exactly 4 minutes left in the third. Because Ryan Ward lost his challenge, he does not have his timeout. Jacks still have theirs as they won their challenge in the first period. Opening 5 minutes, they took a Youngstown goal away. Pretty smart challenge by the Muskegon coaching staff, and so they still have their timeout, and the Jacks win the draw. Noringer, shot ripped it wide of the cage, hard off the end wall. Trable covers the rebound as Niles Benson hovering near the edge of the blue paint. 5 seconds tick off the clock, and we'll do it again. But with that stop by Trable, Youngstown able to get a line change. Face off to the right of Trable. Hesh to take the draw against Stewart. Stewart with the face-off win, but Booz poked it to Svitov. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Novotny to Burscombs. Behind the net to Stewart. Helped it along the wall to Noringer, top of the left circle. Pitchforked it back down the wall. Stewart couldn't take it cleanly. Grabbed by Houston. Cal pinning it to the kick plate. 3:35 left in the third. Phantoms lead by 3. Net is empty for Muskegon. Burscombs around the cage to the right circle for a shot by Novotny. Stopped by Trable. Rebound behind the net. Up the far wall. Kept at the point by Noringer. Point to Larioza, looking for Novotny. Poked to the line by Svitov. Down on his knees. Phantoms trying to at least clear the zone. Hesh does get it as far as center. Benson able to backhand it to the safety of their own end. So no icing here. Youngstown able to get a line change with 3:05 left in the third. And again, a 3-goal lead. Into the zone comes Noringer. Benson spins below the right hash along the wall. Into the corner for Bergeron. Bergeron carries up to the blue line. Walks across top of the circles. His shot redirected to the right corner. Poked behind the net by Muskegon. In front, Bergeron trying a sharp angle shot. Trable with the save. Puck is still loose. And now Trable covers. And I think, given the demonstrative motioning by Jaden Brignoni at the edge of the blue paint, I think this faceoff may come out to the neutral zone. No, he was just motioning the Muskegon point men to stay away from the scrum. Timeout Muskegon will take it with them. 2:44 left in the third. Phantoms lead 4-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
.244 left in the third. Phantoms lead 4-1. Defensive zone draw upcoming. Jack's net is empty. So we have 6 attackers on 5. It will be Ryan Rusinski to take the draw against Drew Stewart. To the right of Trable. And Rusinski with the faceoff win into the corner. Murphy behind the cage to White Rabbit. Lifts it to the line, off a glove, out to center. Comes to McKinnon, fired toward the empty net, but redirected wide by a Jack stick. Larioza to the left corner for Noringer. Spun away from McKinnon. Malachi still on that forecheck. Lifted the stick and had it for a moment, but couldn't work it free to a teammate. Now the Jacks back through center. Novotny to Benson. Into the right wing corner for Novotny. Sticked away from him by White Rabbit. Came around to the far side. Stewart got there first. Behind the cage to Burscombs. Into the corner for Novotny. Across. Stewart couldn't take the pass. Bounce to Noringer. Cross point Larioza fanned on it, but able to work it over to Stewart at the wall. Forced to the line by Murphy and out to center. Skating into it, McKinnon. McKinnon eyes the cage. Shot. Missed the net. Came to Hextall. He'll turn and fire off the post. Phantoms play it to the corner. Rusinski cycled it back to McKinnon. In front looking for Hextall. Couldn't take the pass. Kept at the line by Rusinski. Down the wall to Hextall. Backhander off the side of the cage with 95 seconds left in the third. Phantoms working the cycle here in the offensive zone to Hextall. To Rusinski, far side. Turns and cycled back around the window. Comes to Benson on the near wall. Little fake to dance past McKinnon. Got it to center. Grabbed by Burscombs. Picked up by Rusinski. Turns, fires, blocked to the corner by Larioza. 70 seconds left in regulation. Phantoms lead by 3. Into the attacking end comes Jack Christ. Taken to the corner boards by Houston. Jack still with it. Benson. Left corner. Centering feed off the side of the net. Bouncing around comes to the weak side. McKinnon flies one out to Lenny Booz. Booz trying to skate into it. Catches up. Shot. Scores! Start the bus. Lenny Booz with the empty net goal puts Youngstown ahead 5-1. Time of the goal, 19:15. For Booz, his second goal of the year. Assist for Malachi McKinnon, and Youngstown will get their first win at home of the season against Muskegon. They'll wrap up the season series 3-4-2. Phantoms will also snap a 3-game home losing streak, all of those losses to Muskegon last weekend. Phantoms have only lost 3 at home once previously under Ryan Ward. That was back in 2024. I believe it was in March. A sweep by Muskegon and a sweep by Dubuque on back-to-back weekends. Don't need to worry about that now as Youngstown, in the final 10 seconds of this one, and get their 35th win of the season. So the Covelli Center is closed for business this morning. Youngstown wins 5-1. Final shots on goal for the game, 23-20 in favor of Muskegon. Jacks with 7 shots in the third period. Youngstown with 4. We'll keep it right here for the postgame show. At 13:14 of the first period, Cooper Simpson, his 28th goal of the season. Ryan Rusinski and Evan Jardine with the helpers. 1-0 Youngstown at the end of the first. 6:54 of the second, Cooper Simpson, an even strength goal. Second of the game, 29th of the season, Jack Hextall and Jack Wilson with the assists. 13:54 of the second, Ryan Rusinski, a power play goal. 23rd of the season, 16th power play goal of the season for Rue. Sets a new Phantom team record. Assist to Cooper Simpson and Tobias Trable. 5th assist of the season for Trable. And that is also a Phantom team record for a goaltender in a season. 3-0 Phantoms at the end of the first, or at the end of the second, rather. 11:56 of the third, Jakob Hesch with an even strength goal. His 9th of the season. Alexander Svitov and Ryan White-Rabbit with the assists. 4-0 Youngstown. Jacks get on the board with the extra attacker at 14:49. Nathan Lariosa, his first of the season. Rudy Burskholms and Drew Stewart with the assists. And then Lenny Booz caps off the scoring with the empty net goal at 19:15. His second of the season. Malachi McKinnon with the assist. And that is how we got to our 5-1 final. Tobias Trable with the win. He stopped 22 out of 23. Carl Axelson takes the loss. He stopped 15 out of 19. Muskegon power play 0 for 3. Youngstown power play 2 for 3. Phantoms heading to the road. They are going to head up to the Resch Center for a pair of games this weekend against the Green Bay Gamblers. Can tune in on Flow Hockey to catch the action on those ones. Puck drop on Friday, 8:05 Eastern. Puck drop on Saturday, 7:05 Eastern. Then the Phantoms back here next week for a 3-3 against the Madison Capitals. And then the following weekend, the final home series of the regular season for Youngstown, a pair against the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Great seats still available for all of those matchups against Madison and Dubuque. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information. 330-747-PUCK, 330-747-7825. For my engineers, Dave Ferris and Jim Craven, I'm Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you for tuning in this morning and early afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, your final score, Youngstown 5 and Muskegon 1. We will catch you here on Thursday, March the 5th, against the Madison Capitals. Sound out. Fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.